Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a concept that might surprise you: manufacturing consent. It was introduced by Edward S. Herman and Noam Chomsky in their book, The Manufacturing Consent Political Economy of the Mass Media. What is manufacturing consent? Imagine a sculptor carefully molding clay. This sculptor is the media, and the clay, that is our public opinion. Manufacturing consent is the idea that powerful interests can subtly shape what we think through the stories they choose to tell and how they tell them. Why does it matter? Being aware of how information is filtered can help us become more critical consumers of media. So, how does this sculpting happen? The propaganda model. Noam Chomsky and Edward S. Herman proposed a model with 5 filters that media outlets use, sometimes unconsciously, to influence what we see. Filter 1: Concentration of ownership. Large, profit driven media outlets prioritize stories that generate interest and advertising revenue, potentially neglecting important but less sensational news. For instance, large media corporations might prioritize stories about celebrity gossip, which generates clicks, over in depth reporting on complex policy issues. Filter 2: Advertising as revenue. Media outlets rely heavily on advertising dollars. This creates an incentive to avoid content that might offend advertisers or powerful interests. For example, a news channel might avoid covering a story critical of a major pharmaceutical company if that company is a major advertiser. Filter 3: Sourcing. Media relies on established sources like government officials and corporations. This can limit access to alternative perspectives and create a sense of manufactured consensus. For instance, a news report on a foreign conflict might rely solely on military officials and their perspective, neglecting the voices of civilians or peace activists. Filter 4: Flag and news management. Powerful institutions use PR, threats, and economic pressure to suppress unfavorable information and control the media narrative. For instance, a government facing criticism for its environmental policies might launch a PR campaign attacking the credibility of environmental scientists. Filter 5: Anti communism or anti terrorism. Framing issues through the lens of a constant threat discourages critical thinking and promotes blind patriotism. For instance, news coverage of a cyber attack might focus heavily on the foreign nation as the enemy, discouraging critical analysis of potential vulnerabilities in our own systems. Let's see some more real world examples. Let's take war coverage. We might see heroic soldiers and casualty counts, but what about the long term human cost or the reasons for war? Or let's take environmental issues. The focus might be on individual recycling efforts while downplaying the role of corporations in pollution. Let's take up a critical thinking challenge. The next time you see a news story, ask yourself, how is the story being framed? What information might be missing? Who benefits from this narrative? By being critical thinkers, we can challenge the sculptor and form our own informed opinions. Remember, knowledge is power. So keep questioning, keep learning, and keep those critical thinking muscles strong. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more explorations of important concepts. What other topics would you like to see us tackle? Let us know in the comments below.